I want to talk to you about a very innovative way to make money this year. And that's actually through shoppable recipes. And I want to explain to you how to create shoppable recipes. And the cool thing is, you don't have to have shoppable recipes only if you are in the kitchen niche. In other words, if you're doing something that is not culinary, you can still have shoppable recipes. Okay, so the let's say the application realm is not limited. Well, let's first go back to the definition and really explain to you what are shoppable recipes this year. If you think about shoppable recipes, I want you to think about digital recipes that include shoppable buttons linked to your online grocery store. Okay, your online store, if you will. So what happens here is that you are automating the sale process for customers. So instead of manually compiling a shopping list, home cooks, among others, can click on the links in the recipe, typically in the ingredients section, directing them to a choice of online grocery stores. Okay, this can be on your online store, by the way. And the cool thing is that shoppable recipes can actually make life easy for shoppers. Why? Because shoppers can select the ingredients they need from the recipe and other items if they want, and choose between delivery and pickup options at checkout. Okay, so you're really automating the whole process for them. So that's really the definition of shoppable recipes. Just think of it as digital recipes that include shoppable buttons linked to online grocery retailers. Now, who uses shoppable recipes? Well, all kinds of shoppers. I mean, recipe creators like food bloggers and social media influencers can actually use shoppable recipes to earn affiliate revenue. E-commerce companies can add shoppable links to recipe content to inspire customers and increase orders. And home cooks use shoppable recipes to find cooking inspiration and procure ingredients. Okay. And what are actually the benefits of using shoppable recipes besides the revenue boost? Well, for consumers, shoppable content saves time by providing an easy shopping and cooking experience. Content creators can also earn affiliate revenue from sales generated by shoppable recipe content. And for grocery retailers and e commerce businesses, this content can bring in customers but also increase sales over time. So if you think about shoppable recipes, you really need to understand about you need to understand the whole idea about scalability, but also flexibility. How do you use if you have a blog? Let's say you have a blog, right? And you are in a specific niche. How do you add shoppable recipes to your blogs in the first place? The thing is that to add shoppable recipes to your blog, you can choose a tool like MakeMac or Chicory that can help you integrate shoppable recipe links. Again, the whole idea is to really automate the whole process. You want to automate the whole process. And once you actually have a tool to help you integrate shoppable recipe links, you can create your recipe and add links to each ingredients, connecting your readers to grocery retailers so they can buy what they need. And the recipes that you want to really push forward has to be shoppable. Okay, and what do I mean by that? What makes recipes shoppable? Well, shoppable recipes don't just benefit the reader. If a recipe links to products on your site, it can help boost sales. Customers may be inspired to add more items to their cart, increasing the average basket value. So your average order value is going to go up. And shoppable content can also generate income for the recipe creators. So food bloggers can use affiliate links or form retail partnerships to earn a percentage of each successful retail transaction. And this content can also help content creators build strong reader relationships. So simplify when you really think about it, simplifying the shopping experience may increase, for instance, site visitors who will be more willing to return to try new dishes once they have had a positive experience overall. Okay. And finally, if you operate, let's say you operate a food product brand, you can use shoppable links. Of course, you have to use that strategically, but you can use shoppable links and benefit as both creator and seller. Say you are, let's say, an online store selling specialty hot sauces. If you have, you may have a section on your website with recipes that pair well with your condiments. From there, you can link to your product pages, boosting your sales. Okay, you can also link to grocery stores for other ingredients and earn an affiliate commission when readers actually buy from them. Now that I have explained to you the basic definition of shoppable recipes, let's talk about how you can create and use shoppable recipes this year. One thing I want to say here is that this is not something to do with your expertise. Okay, you don't have to be a specialty cook to actually create shoppable recipes that really bring in revenue. But one thing for sure, there is no substitute for culinary expertise if you want to create a great recipe. But monetizing that content is much easier than before with website plugins and apps that specialize in creating affiliate recipe links. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to actually select a platform. You got to really have the right platform to sort of push your shoppable recipe strategy. So websites have plugins or apps you can use to create shoppable recipes, and you can, for instance, you can integrate those tools with online grocery retailers to create shoppable recipe buttons for your page. Okay, so that's kind of cool from a flexibility point of view. What you want to do is you want to research platforms and look for an option that works with a variety of popular retailers. That way, you have a clear idea of what works and what doesn't work. And you also want to review the recipe experience from both the publisher and shopper perspectives. And you want to select a tool with a simple creation process and also an intuitive user experience. Okay, user experience is really important. UX of the platform has to be quite essential. Or you can use also an app like Recipe Stack to add shoppable recipes directly to your e-commerce store. And other popular tools include, like I said a little earlier, Chicory, Raptive, and MakeMac. Okay, you can also use Instacart's Tastemakers program to create shoppable recipes actually and paste them directly into your site using JavaScript. So the second thing you want to do if you want to create and use shoppable recipes, after selecting a platform, now you have to really go to the content. The content is going to be quite essential if you are trying to impress, if you want to attract, if you want to attract shoppers, and you want to really, let's say, solidify your relationship with them. The content is key. So you want to build recipe content. So what you want to do is you want to be strategic though. You want to really, of course, you have to listen to your passion. You have to really do something that you love doing. Okay, don't create recipes that you don't resonate with or that do not resonate with your audience. You have to feel a little bit of. You got to put your heart in the creation process. So create new recipes or add shoppable features to your existing content. Make sure that each recipe has a clear and complete list of ingredients. For instance, you can use conventional ingredient names that align with grocery store naming conventions. That's really important, especially if you are trying to earn revenue from affiliate marketing. If the names are different, you may have some problems in terms of linking to them. Like clients might be confused if they think of one ingredient and they click on the link and they go to another ingredient that's totally different. Okay, even if you have a one slight name, like the slight difference can cause confusion in your clientele, and you do not want to have that. Okay, so in terms of building recipe content, you want to follow best practices for recipe content by including things like images, videos, and user-friendly instructions. I mean, you can even add a little bit of humor into the whole thing. Okay, the whole idea is to make sure that your videos are interesting. Your videos are are fun. Your videos are, because see, cooking is a fun exercise, and your audience wants to have fun. And so writing an accurate description and using relevant SEO keywords can help your content appear in more search results, right? You want to really speak to the algorithms of, let's say, Google, Bing, but also the specific platforms where you are, like if you are on Amazon, for instance, you want to really have an SEO compatible description. The next thing you want to do if you are trying to, let's say, create and use shoppable recipes, you want to pick retail partners. Let me break it down for you. So when I speak about building recipe content and when I speak about selecting a platform, all of that is really good. But if you have no reliable retail partners, you'll be wasting a lot of time. Okay, so it's all about doubling, tripling, quadrupling, or even 10xing your revenue, and everything depends on the retail partners that you have. You can pick one, you can pick two, you can pick 10. It really depends on your niche, and it depends on the specific the specific recipe that you are trying to sell or you're trying to make shoppable. Okay, and the cool thing about retail partners is that they actually give more. How do I say it? They give more life. They really enhance the shelf life of your recipe. So pick your preferred retail partner or partners. So offering a selection of grocery providers can increase actually conversions, because what happens here is that shoppers are very natural. Shoppers are more likely to purchase products if they see a familiar option on the list. Okay, some consumers may prefer to buy from stores with a nearby location offering grocery pickup. So including a variety of retailers can help your content appear very attractive to a wider geographic demographic. You want to really tap into your audience's psychographics, the geography, the demographic, but also their taste. Okay, that's an important element. So popular choices when it comes to retail partners, those include Instacart, Walmart, Target, and grocery store chains like Acme or Albertsons. You also want to integrate links. So use your shoppable recipe tool to add a link to each ingredient. So you might need to select an exact brand instead of the generic ingredients. So choose high quality ingredients that your customers are likely familiar with. So if a retailer is out of the brand that you select, they may swap the item for a similar product. So following standard naming conventions for ingredients will also allow for accurate swaps. The next step I want you to really think about when it comes to shoppable recipes is to actually monetize content. See, the whole thing is you're not working for free, right? You're not working for free. The whole idea is to monetize your content, because if you have shoppable recipes, the word is there is shoppable, so it has to be shoppable, which means somebody's making money. You better make money in the process too. It's one of those things when it comes to monetization options. You have to be very flexible. There are many ways to monetize content online. There are many ways to monetize a recipe. There are many ways to actually make sure you are deriving revenue in a scalable manner. Now, the monetization option that you have will depend partially on the retail partner that you have. Some retail partners have specific monetization processes they like to follow. Others are pretty flexible. For instance, if you have Instacart, Instacart has a pretty solid, a pretty structured monetization process. Whereas if you go to Albertsons or Acme, for instance, you have a more flexible, a more open process. Okay, so see what works for you. You want to look into monetization opportunities with your connected retailers from the get-go. From the get-go, don't wait until the end. No, do it from the get-go. And content publishers can sign up for affiliate marketing programs to earn a percentage of each successful transaction attributed to their content. So, depending on the shoppable recipe platform you choose, you may need to add affiliate tracking tags to each product link. Some platforms use link monetizing technology to add tracking to each link automatically, so you don't have to really do anything manually. So that's really good because it really gives you a flexibility, it gives you accessibility, but most importantly, it gives you variety. The final thing you need to do if you are trying to monetize shoppable recipes, you need to really track performance, right? Because your shoppable recipes are going to generate traffic, either a lot of traffic or just limited traffic. So if you don't track performance, you can't really tweak your strategy as you go along. So tracking becomes very important. And if you have the right platform, the right shoppable recipe platform, you're able to tap into the analytics and see what works, what doesn't work. You can see trends by location, trends by demographic, trends by ingredients, trends by affiliate marketing, affiliate link. So you have all kinds of trends that you can really tap into. The whole idea here is to make sure that you are tweaking things as you go along because there is no perfect e-commerce strategy. Okay, there is no there's no such a thing as perfect. But what you can do is to remain agile. You got to be agile when it comes to the way you actually manage your shoppable recipe link. Okay, so monitoring performance data can help you as a publisher optimize your content for success. So you want to go and use the analytics feature on your shoppable recipe platform to track clicks, for instance. But also you want to track, as I said a little earlier, you want to track link revenue. So if you review this info, you're able to maybe to spot behavioral trends that you can use to spark new recipe ideas. Remember, you make money with shoppable recipes, you make money with a recipe. Okay. So the more recipes you create, the more interesting your recipes are, the more money you make. Okay. So that's kind of cool. Let me give you an example. If your top three best selling recipes all include artichoke hearts, you could decide to add new artichoke content to your page. It's all about seeing what works, what doesn't work. Okay. It's all about offering value. It's all about adding value to your audience. It's all about proposing to your audience what they want to hear, what they are looking for, what kind of recipe ideas they're looking for. But also in the process, you got to really have fun yourself because if you propose something but you're not having fun in the process, you're just wasting time big time. Okay, so you want to do something that really is interesting to you, but also interesting to your audience. Okay, so that's an important element to think about. So when it comes to a recipe like shoppable recipes in general, remember that this is a very dynamic field, and you have to adapt to the specific trends that are actually shipping your industry. What I'm trying to say is that maybe your rivals are actually using some techniques that you're not using right now. So using benchmarking, you can really reach out and see what works for them, and really maybe emulate a little bit of that, and really create your own thing. Right? It's all about getting inspiration from others, but in the end, you want to create your own thing. Don't copy. Okay. So, closing remarks into this conversation, I spoke to you about shoppable recipes. Okay, I defined what shoppable recipes are, and I also shared with you how to create and use shoppable recipes this year. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.